Hi guys to everyone, it's Ada from Pause and Rock, and today we'll give a welcome back or welcome, depends for people who see or didn't see the first interview to Alfie from Torus. How's going, Alfie, first of all?
Hello. Yeah, nice to thank you for having me back. Nice to see
Yeah,
you.
this time we have, let's say, a little bit more time to talk.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Was
there is
stuck in
one
the
live show
car.
to attend later.
Yeah, last time I had to run
Yeah.
into the venue to do the show.
Yeah, that's why we decided to do this interview because we had super fast and fun interview, but I wanted to dig more, in the album because it's the debut album, and also, like the difference from the EP. But mainly, since we left, it was I think in November. Then I think whatever it was autumn. Let's say like that. How
Yeah.
did it go? All the launch party and the partying itself, all the live shows, to promoting the album.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, we sort of dropped the album September. Felt like ages to, we recorded it and ages till it actually came out, but it finally came out. So it was really exciting. And then we got on some really good shows. Basically, like dropped it in September and then just gigged for the rest of the year, basically.
Immediately,
Just
like
pretty much, yeah. We just booked like a bunch of shows and like connected with a load of bands, and just gigged for the rest of the year. I can't remember when that launch show was. It was I think it was just before that was it, yeah, just before the album dropped. So we did that in Northampton at the Garibaldi, which is just a place that we drink, and there's a lot of people there and stuff. So that was really fun. Yeah.
and also, I remember yet also kind of an ending party around the ending live show in December or something like that. Before there was some live shows also in December, or it just stopped like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, there was. Yeah, there was a couple of shows at the end in finish in Northampton again, actually.
yeah.
We did the lab show, which was brilliant. Nice way to finish it, really. Just back home sort of thing.
So let's say that is the
Yeah.
2020 a fall autumn of 2024 full and packed with live shows basically.
Yeah. Basically like ran my car into the ground,
The
which is,
famous car.
what you do.
The famous car.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course it can, but how the people reacted to the live shows? I mean, to the release of the album and also to the live show, because of course, live show is kind of a soul of a band. So, for Taurus, what is a live shows? I mean, what does it mean to put there, and especially to perform live the song that you recorded in the
Yeah. I mean, it was just nice to play the album finally in front of everyone. And it's like what we enjoy the most, definitely like doing the live shows.
Mm.
Just it's our favorite thing to do. And it was really nice to see actually. Like we played with a lot of different types of bands, like heavy bands like Fu Manchu,
Yeah.
and then South Arcade, which is a bit different. And then even there's like a Soap. We played with Soap, and they're a bit more sort of TikTok kind of boy band type thing. But all these different crowds actually, we thought some people would be a bit scared of our heavy sound, but they actually really liked it. So it was really cool to see everyone getting into it across a wide range of genres.
Because you performed all around UK, it was or was England mainly?
Yeah, that was all UK, but we did do Germany as well. I went to Hamburg around the same sort of time. It's all a bit of a blur now, to be
So yeah,
honest.
it's of course it's a little bit of a blur, but I think there's gonna be some fun memories that happen in this touring. There's something that
Oh yeah,
some behind the scene. Give me some behind the scene.
yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can say, to be honest. I get
Not
people in
of course
trouble.
something that you can say. We don't want to embarrass no one. We just want to
Yeah,
be polite.
like we'd wake up in the morning and we'd be like, "Where's Jack? Where's our drummer? He's in some person's house." We'd have to go find him and go like, pick him up, and yeah, you know, we have band members disappearing and things like that. So it was some funny memories, definitely, for sure.
And also, like I think also seeing also kind of the people in the crowd maybe singing some song along with you. That must be
Yeah, yeah.
something.
I mean, especially I would say the South Arcade show that we tour that we did. We
Yeah.
managed to do like a sold out tour with them, and
Congratulations.
that was just brilliant because we just managed to pick up a decent amount of fans and
Yeah.
more from just those shows. Fans started following us around and like singing our songs and stuff. So that was really nice,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's basically that was the first real tour, let's say first, like the first big tour that you did with Taurus, or you did it even once prior, for example, for the first EP?
Yeah, I mean we've done some really cool shows like around the EP with went to like Bloodstock and we did like Multitude Festival, which is actually in our hometown, and some really cool things. But oh yeah, we did Green Lung and a few tours, but nothing like the sort of Fu Manchu stuff, playing the Electric Ballroom and all those venues. So that was like definitely the best shows we've done for
So
sure.
that's, but also, because starting as a band, of course, because you're signed or something, but with the first EP, you're already going to Bloodstock. It's not something like, okay, I'm Bloodstock, hi. It's a big festival.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, congratulations. I mean, that's a big achievement in me, even before the first full length. I mean,
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I was really. I'd love to go back as well. Like that was such a proper, a really nice metal festival as well.
yeah,
Like I just thought it was the nicest one. Like it's just super, super good vibes. So
yeah, it's big. But of course, like because in the first interview, I don't know if we mentioned or not, but we're gonna mention again a little bit about the first EP sale, because I mean the first song that we said was released independently was High Rope, that you
yeah,
released by yourself. That's just a song. It's not like an EP.
yeah, yeah. That was a single that we released
Okay.
before we knew the EP was going to be a thing. Um, and we'd actually released like a few songs before then, but we kind of cut them out and
What?
start. I don't know. I thought they were good songs actually, but I
Reason.
think it was just the start. The
Okay.
start of something. I think it felt right. I think to sort of really start it from there, like at a certain standard.
Yeah, because it's like it's like a still of that time. I think also I robbed like that was a moment before jumping into I don't want to say career, but jumping into more like touring band in the music business. I don't know how to call it. Let's say the music business. So with Sale, actually, Taurus started to dive more into the music business.
Yeah, yeah. That's when
Yeah,
we managed to get signed, and yeah, that I mean that was awesome. But yeah, there's only no one tells you anything like
yeah,
about it before you go into it. You just sort of have to learn when you're in there, and it's like still learning stuff
yeah.
now.
Because if we want to know more about Sale, like especially lyric wise and sound wise, how much could be different from Taurus, the first full length?
Yeah, I mean, I think lyrically it was kind of around, lockdown actually. Like
Oh,
that whole
oh,
we made it in lockdown, that whole EP really,
happy.
and those songs. Yes. So there's a lot of like mental health things and all that
Okay,
stuff, but
yeah,
we generally try and not talk about lyrics too much and try and obviously keep it up to, for each person to listen to and
yeah,
for them to decide. But yeah, it was basically just what we were going through,
yeah.
and just the kind of real stuff, you know. Um,
You were
so yeah.
you already start to carve, let's say, what would I be the next full length. Sound wise, you always kept that sound of was a little bit more raw because of already being with a label, maybe even in EP, the sound is not raw as a without, a label behind, or it's just, let's say, it's more worked, more, there's more work behind it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, doing that album with our producer Mitch was like brilliant. I think it just kind of took it to another level, really. Um, and it was sort of like a collection of everything up until that point, that had been in Taurus, because there's been
Yeah.
like before. I don't think people realize before this lineup with the three of us, me, Jarrett,
Yeah.
Jack, and Harry, there was like six or five different drummers and
Oh,
stuff to find.
okay.
So there's a lot of songs that have been written. So it was kind of a we kind of see it as a bit of a compilation album. There's like songs from a few years ago and then
Okay.
brand new ones.
So
Um, you know,
it's like different also influences in the drumming side, in the
yeah,
in the rhythm section of the EP. But then in the full length, it's just the three of you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, it was the first time Jack had drummed as well on anything.
Oh,
Um, not even he hadn't even really done demos before because I always played drums on the
I really,
tracks and
yeah.
I played drums on the EP and everything. So, it was a bit weird.
You moved as a
But
frontman, singer, and guitar. I mean, how do you feel
yeah,
to be the front man and be straightforward, always in the camera, not behind the drum kit?
yeah, I think I've settled into it a bit now, but like I don't know, I always just saw myself as like a guitar player,
Yeah.
and kind of still do, but like yeah, I've definitely become more of a singer frontman. But I think it was always a bit natural because like when I was a little kid and I had like my first band or whatever, I would just go for it and
Oh,
like really, I think it was always quite natural. Um,
oh.
but yeah, no, it's good fun.
Because you started to play when you were really, really young, if I'm right. Because we mentioned something about your musical path before actually being with Torus or any band at all. Let's say before you being in a band, you start to play a little bit of everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm super lucky. I was sort of brought up in a musical household, so I've got like both my parents are musicians.
Really,
Um, yeah, like my brother and sister, like just the same as me, we all play music. And I mean, yeah, my mum, she like got us all to play like violin to
oh,
start with.
it's
And then
beautiful.
yeah, I was enjoying it for a minute, and then I was like, nah, fuck that, I want to play electric guitar like my dad. Um, but there's, yeah, just been
Everything.
around music. I don't know when I wasn't around music really, and like,
And of course, with this all, in your family, there has been a lot to think of different influences from your mom, like you mentioned, valuing from your dad, let's say let's say more like uh, electric side, maybe your brother and this, they have their own influences. How much they carved this in you? Like, which were the one that were giving more influences, or like you were like, because that's, I think all of you influence each other kind of a little bit.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think in recent years I've sort of realized a bit more. But like my dad's influence on me has actually been massive. Like as a guitar player, I'd say like, obviously there's a couple guitar players growing up where I was like, they're
Obviously,
my idols. But like I go to see my dad's band now and I'm like, oh shit. Like,
it's so
it
good.
hits me 'cause I'm like, oh, it's actually him. You know. But yeah, like, growing up, like my mum for sure, like definitely uh a lot of the folk music was a thing because they play folk together, and then like for Kaylee dances and stuff, and then my dad has this prog rock band that's been going since the 80s, and like that my parents play in that, so
This give
there's
you
loads of things going on.
this give you a wide range of music because I mean, you're not going through like, for example, hard rock or I don't know, heavy metal. You're going through hard rock, prog, and folk. So
Yeah, 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 for sure. I mean, we have a massive Kaylee band that we play in now. um we do festivals and things like there's like a 20-piece band that I play drums in with that now, and yeah, it's pretty big. But I think what excited me growing up was the blues stuff that my dad just had like blues CDs like John Lee Hooker stuff and um Bo Diddley stuff like that. But I think he got me AC/DC's Let There Be Rock album, and that was the album that was like changed everything for
so
me. I
that's
haven't changed since.
that's when I wanted to make noise. And of course, like with the first half length already out, we can talk more a little bit freely about the song because I think maybe at the beginning we said in the first interview we kind of mentioned something because between the rush and between the couldn't say too much, but because of course I think it's good always to support musicians. So we want to give to the fan people that never got the chance to listen Torus, see like Torus, or maybe see in your point of view. So it's personal, it's not like technical. What song we could suggest to the people to listen from the full length, of course, and maybe one from the demo to get to know better the sound or the soul. You can say even all the album, it's not a problem. It's in your personal
Yeah.
opinion.
No, yeah, I would say the Overload. That that track I would say is, I don't know, it's just one that we're really proud of, I reckon. But it's, to me it does sum up Taurus like in a track, I think.
Yeah.
It's just got like the big kind of sing along chorus and sort of catchy stuff. Yeah.
And from the first EP, what we want to say, just like just to see an old, it's a version, an old kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say Sail probably. That's
Okay.
probably my, you know, again, it's just it's got like a pop
Yeah.
feeling to it, but it's also heavy. And it's got a nice
Yeah.
guitar solo in it. So
And also take a look to the video because they are amazing. And like I said to you in the first interview, I thought you were from, I don't know, California or somewhere. And I was like, and then you told me that you recorded the video and you was like, what, really? Like
yeah,
you give like like California, some Bay Area vibe, and then okay. So it's a different point of
yeah,
view also from England, of England, UK. That's cool though.
yeah. Is that from videos from the album that you've seen, or just all of them in general? Yeah.
It's beautiful. I think it's a video that's recorded on the beach. I think
Oh yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
beautiful. That's
Nice.
so I don't know who is the director of the video maker, but let's give him or her a shout out because it's a really good job, well done. Like it's
Yeah, yeah. No, that was actually our manager, John. He's a bit of a guru with the media
amazing.
stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was really funny.
Yeah, because that looks literally like band, like I was saying, that reminds me a lot of the Puddle of Mud era, that time,
Yeah,
let's say 90, 80, 2000, early 2000. That's the vibe that gave. There's something that I told you also that reminds me of your song and your music and the sound wise, some vibe. Not that reminds me too much, but something of Puddle of Mud. And that's cool because I miss the sound of those bands because it was easy
yeah,
listen to everyone could listen them. You don't have to be a metalhead, you don't have to be, I don't know, hip hop, you can listen anytime time. So and
yeah.
but coming back for today, let's say around this time, there are two live shows that are upcoming for Taurus.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I leave you
In
the word
London.
to it.
Yeah, so in London we've got two in
Okay.
May that are coming up. So on the 22nd of May, we've got it's quite a intimate show actually. It's like 80 caps, so
Okay.
tickets might go quite quickly. Um,
Okay.
so and that, I mean they're only £5, and we're doing a show with the dog scene. I think I've got that right. Hopefully. Uh, and then we're playing Desert Fest.
Which is
So yeah, super excited for that. So we're opening up the Underworld Festival venue in Camden.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
it's
we've
gonna
done that. So
okay.
yeah, we've done that.
Okay.
We've done that venue before, I think, with Electric Six. So it'd be nice to go back. It's a bit
Electric.
of a random gig, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I love that band, Electric Six. Yeah.
yeah. We played with them a couple of years ago now, so it'd be really cool to go back on that stage for
Yeah.
sure.
So I mean, even if it's like at the moment, I think you're focusing in maybe in songwriting or something. You're still doing some big live. It's not that you're just staying there looking at the ceiling. So and
Yeah,
of course you're working on something new or working something at the moment that we can say, of course. You're
yeah.
just performing only the full length. The first full length.
Yeah. So like we might at Desert Fest, we might play a couple new tracks,
Okay,
maybe.
so
maybe.
Maybe.
Um,
Yeah.
so we've been doing a little bit of work on some new stuff, but we kind of need to, we want to road test stuff,
Of
first, I
course, it needs
reckon.
time. I mean, it's not even 1 year that you release the album. And
Yeah,
just enjoy it. Plus, it's festival almost season. So, of course, write song, write new music, but just take it also easy because you worked a lot
yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
exactly.
And also, there's something important that we want to mention because it's not easy that a band, something like that, about a church festival. That
Yes.
that's something that I wanted to highlight because not many bands take care about time. They just join a festival while you are making one. So when this idea came from and how difficult it was, and because it's a battle with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Head Charge actually started a long time ago, like, well, not that long ago, but like 2019.
Okay.
Um, we were we were all in like different bands when it was just me and Harry doing Torus.
Yes.
We had a different drummer basically, and yeah, we've had loads of drummers. Um, and yeah, we played in about 5 or 6 different bands, and
Okay.
we kind of, it was just a bunch of mates that played in each other's bands. And then I put on like a little thing in the woods called like Head Charge Fest, but it wasn't like a proper thing. It was just a private little
Mm.
thing. And that is basically grown into doing live events over the years. And
Okay.
now it's like a whole scene thing, like locally.
Okay.
So we do these Head Charge events. We do it in Milton Keynes, Northampton,
Okay.
Bedford, and basically it's quickly growing over the whole of the Midlands in the UK.
Yeah. So it
Um,
started as a just so it's just like a church is just a festival, but let's say a church is kind also of a, I don't want to say an organization, but you organize other events than the a church fest per se.
yeah, yeah. So that this year we'll be doing our first
Fest.
official festival, and we've managed to get like Alfie Templeman, who's a bit more of
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
yeah, he's a like kind of indie guy, but it's
yeah.
just amazing that he's going to do that for us because like it's just going to grow Head Charge
Mm.
massively. But yeah, it's more of a, it's like a community
Yes,
thing, like a scene
definitely.
building thing, you
Yeah,
know?
because it's you're giving the opportunity also to other musicians, which are, could be younger, could
Yeah,
be friends, to have a
yeah,
stage to show their music, and also and maybe other music, it's connection. That's how it
yeah,
works with
yeah,
music.
yeah. The whole point of it is to basically grow
Yeah.
a supportive, safe community in your town. So we're trying to do
Yeah.
it in multiple towns and yeah, give like new artists opportunity to be heard, basically.
And then this year, because of course when it's gonna be, and already which of course band you chose, and if, I mean the one you can remember we can mention, and of course because if people wants to just dive more, I think there is a Instagram social media for a charge, but I like just to talk about that. So when and where it's gonna be, and which are the band about so far confirmed.
Yeah, so the Head Charge Festival is going to be on the 13th of September
Okay.
at the Crawford Arms in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a celebration of the last 2 years of Head
Okay.
Charge. So it's going to be basically a bunch of bands from the last 2 years, and there's like
Okay.
another band, Surma, that are coming, doing like a
That's
3 year return.
I'm thinking
So
about something. Yeah. You know what we could do, and I'm saying this so we stay on as a statement. Getting closer to the edge charge, I can try if I have the full lineup, except maybe the big, Alfie at Temple, to interview like especially the new ones in the scene to
yeah,
promote mainly. So give a different interview of every band playing if they want to, and
yeah,
so making kind of Poison Rock special something at Church Fest. So from now, let's say from next month until July, I think we can do July, something like that. So you have interviewing some of them. So also people can get to know them, see them. They have music, they don't have it, but at least they get to know face to face. I think it's a good way to because I'm in Italy, but I'm not in Italy. I'm all over except Italy. So,
Yes.
so
Yeah, yeah.
we can talk in private about that. But it would be a good idea to support the scene and give a space for this band also to talk and see what they
Yeah,
can do in
yeah,
life. Yeah.
yeah, I would love that. That would be
Yeah.
amazing for you to do. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah, and you're gonna perform too as a Taurus, or is just only you behind it?
Not, yeah, it's just us behind it, but we have played head
Okay.
charges
Yes,
before.
sure, more than one.
Yeah, we've done I think it was the New Year's party that was also at the Crawford last year or something like that. We've done a couple. Um
So let's say
but yeah,
that.
we haven't played it.
But this shows there is a really a good and valid scene, even if it's I mean all over the world, there are good and amazing scene, and that's when it's better, and I think it's the most beautiful way to show when is the underground scene that is trying to rise and go outside, and especially when it comes from band, because you can even just say, okay, we are signed, we have PR, we have level, bye, but no, you're there
Yeah.
thinking about your friends. This is not something that many musicians would do. I mean, none probably just goes.
Yeah, I think it's just so hard out there. Like it's really tricky. So, and like, I get there's competition with bands and stuff, and that's cool. But the whole point of it is just to get everyone to try and rise up to the top together. And I think there's just certain people who get that, like Alfie Templeman. He understands that.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, it's really important that everyone supports each other and helps each other out. Everyone's gonna it's a it's a win for everyone, I think.
because in this way the festival can only grow and bring maybe with the time, bring maybe other, I don't know, exchange with other country, because there are other underground community in the DIY scene that they have, I
Yeah.
don't know, other genre. There is an amazing, like I was telling you, like in Canada, there is an amazing one in Finland. Then I don't know if you are familiar with the band Cancer, but they are
Yeah, we nearly did a tour with them, and then
really okay. Perfect. I already got you the connection with the DIYs. Perfect. So one band that tour with them, they are really into this DIY scene, so they can be the bridge in between. They toured, I think, as a Bat Sabbath.
yeah,
Also,
Bat Sabbath, yeah,
they
yeah,
are a big pioneer in this underground scene, and
yeah,
they come often, so they can maybe sometimes bring smaller band, and some they can do the same thing as a with your area with a
no,
big
that's really
Middle
cool.
East. Yeah, I think it's important because if
That's really cool.
we,
I didn't know that. No.
no, I, me neither, but I just mentioned because there is a friend of my friend. So okay, we have a lot to talk about. We can do, but I would say let's start interviewing the band of HRG, because so far it's the most important to highlight what the work you're doing as Taurus. So it's not only just being a band, going there, playing, having fun, recording music. It's also organizing a festival to give a platform, a place, a stage to people
Yeah,
to play. There are
yeah,
still
for sure.
time for people to sign to the festival, or it's still already closed the bill?
The festival is all done and it's
Okay.
all booked up. But any band, we don't exclude anyone really. Like bands from all over are coming over to do shows, from like Brighton and
Yeah.
Manchester and like literally like if anyone wants to come in and join in the party, then they can. So next year, like like we're making a big list of bands that want to play it for like next year and just the future. So
Yeah.
yeah, anyone can get in touch on the socials
Yeah,
and
of
all that.
course. Of course, we're gonna put all these new all the links. I'm gonna put it on the interview, of course, to the people to look, because let's say at the moment to just end up and then kind of summarize spot to just to give you the highlight. There is gonna be this 22nd, the 22nd of May, this live show done in London, and then there's gonna be Desert Fest. It's always on May, and that's gonna
17.
be it's a big show too. And then as a let's say as a soul of a Torus is going to be the charge the festival they're gonna, so let's say for and there is some music in the air writing somewhere, so
Yeah, yeah.
some
Protesting.
writing session starting, or let's say we leave
And
the history.
I don't know as well if I can say this yet, So I'll message you after, like when it's confirmed.
Okay.
But we might be doing another show at the Crawford in June,
Okay.
which 8th of June, supporting Snake Eyes. But
Okay.
I'll message you about that. But
Don't
that's
worry.
another.
We can choose when we want this in. We can choose when
Yeah,
this interview can be out or not. Don't worry.
yeah,
Even knows. Okay, so I would say thank you so much for your time. And this time there was no rush. It was calm, quiet. We didn't have to run away something. Just we did what we wanted to do. And of course, like this is not. We have just 2 minutes left. This is not gonna be on the interview. Send me for real like the name. Or just ask if this band wants to be interviewed, because I can reach myself to this band, like reach like any you for example,
yeah.
and send an email to them and explain that I'm doing this kind of collaboration with you and interviewing them. So I'm gonna put, for example, the logo that charge in the interview. It's I
Yeah.
don't know, like interview, let's say Poison Rock, and it's gonna appear the festival thing. It's gonna be something only for the festival, for your festival. It's not gonna be something for. So it's just people can get to know really like who is playing, especially the smaller band, because it's not easy to give them a way
Yeah,
to express.
it's a fantastic idea. I've got a group chat right now with
Okay,
all the bands anyway, so I'll
okay
just
now.
send through your page or your Instagram, and I'll just be like, if you guys want to do this, it's a
Yeah,
really good opportunity for you to do
yeah.
it. And I think a lot of the bands will jump at it, for
Yeah, and
sure.
you can just also write to them, Poison Rock account, my account, and if they want, you can write me or send you my phone number. They can write me on WhatsApp. Sometimes it's faster, and
Yeah,
because like I said, I'm doing it for people from here, and they don't give a fuck. So I'm tired of supporting people from my town. Fuck off. So
yeah,
and maybe who knows? Maybe I'm gonna join to a church festival. Once I
yeah.
do
That'd be
this
wicked.
interview, I have to join. I mean, it's in summer because I'm in UK in 6th of May, but I am in the south.
Really.
Yeah, close to Southampton, Weymouth, I think it's it. And then I'm gonna be in London, and then I don't know. It's just some photo shooting tour, something like that, and then I'm gonna fly back home. Yeah, but
Brilliant.
I want to be really careful because I don't notice people too much, and when there is photo shooting, let's be careful when you are going, because I'm not in
Yeah,
Italy, so I'm in UK, but already
yeah.
the ETA, so for working.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
let's.
well, let us know when you come down. We can get you some gigs and stuff like that. If you're down at the same time,
Yeah,
get
sure,
you
of
into
course.
those and all that.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna send you anyway. I'm gonna upload these on Google Drive and send you the link so you can watch immediately. And then let me know. I'm gonna do the cut the needed. And we're gonna straight forward. Okay. And I'm gonna update you about this action.
Brilliant.
Okay. So let's stay in touch later. Have a good rest of the day, evening. Bye. Alfie.
Yes, thank you. Gonna do some more vocals. All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
enjoy both.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.
Felt to see what's wrong. Kept this up to